Hello everyone. Now I am going to explain about Invar tape. The Invar tapes are used mainly for linear measurements of a very high degree of precision, such as measurement of baseline. This Invar tape is mainly used for the measurement of baseline. The Invar tape is made up of alloy of nickel, 36%, and steel, and have very low coefficient of thermal expansion. What is the material this Invar tape made of? This Invar tape is made up of alloy of nickel, 36%, and steel is 64%. This Invar tape is made up of alloy of nickel of 36% and steel of 64%. The coefficient of thermal expansion varies a good deal with individual bands, but an average value of 0.0005 per 1 degree Fahrenheit may be taken. What is the coefficient of thermal expansion of Invar tape? Coefficient of thermal expansion of Invar tape is 0.05 per 1 degree Fahrenheit. The other great advantage of the Invar tape is that the bands and wires made up of Invar enable baselines to be measured very much more rapidly and conveniently. What is the advantage of the Invar tape? The main advantage of the Invar tape is that the baselines can be measured rapidly and economically. Baselines can be measured rapidly. Baselines can be measured rapidly and conveniently. The Invar tape and band are more expensive. It is much softer and are more easily deformed than steel tapes. What is the disadvantage of the Invar tape? The Invar tape is more expensive. Okay, it is very expensive. It can be deformed very easily. These are the two disadvantages of the Invar tape. Another great disadvantage of Invar tape is that it is subjected to creep, due to which it undergoes small increase in length as the time goes on. What is another disadvantage? It is subjected to creep. Whenever the Invar tape is subjected to creep, then the small change in the length will show a greater distance. Okay. Its coefficient of thermal expansion also changes. When there is a change in length, the coefficient of thermal expansion also changes. It is therefore very essential to determine its length and coefficient of expansion from time to time. So from time to time we have to find out the length and also the coefficient of thermal expansion. These two factors will not be constant, it will changes. The Invar tape are normally 6 mm wide and are available in length of 20, 30 and 100 meters. What is the width of Invar tape? The Invar tape is 6 mm wide and these are available in length of 20 meters, 30 meters and 100 meters. So this is about Invar tape. What is Invar tape? The Invar tapes are used mainly for linear measurements of very high degree of precision, such as measurement of baseline. The Invar tape is made up of alloy of nickel 36% and steel 64% and often very much less. The coefficient of thermal expansion varies a good deal with individual band, with an average value of 0.00005 per 1 degree Fahrenheit may be taken. Okay. The other main advantage of Invar tape is that bands and wires made up of Invar enable the baseline to be measured very much more rapidly and conveniently. The Invar tapes and bands are more expensive, much softer and more easily deformed than steel tapes. Another great advantage of Invar tape is it is subjected to creep, due to which it undergoes a small increase in length as time goes on. its coefficient of thermal expansion also goes on changing. It is therefore very essential to determine length and coefficient of thermal expansion from time to time. The Invar tapes are normally 6 mm wide and are available in length of 20, 30 and 100 meters. So you can see in this figure, this is the figure of the Invar tape. Thank you everyone. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Civil Engineering Knowledge by Rukshat.